What if the timing of fatherhood quietly reshaped your child's genetic starting line?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster. Today you'll hear how paternal age and modern exposures influence sperm quality, genetic risk, and practical steps you can take now if you plan to become a father later.
I'm Alara Sky. As more men delay parenthood, evidence shows your reproductive system changes with age. Sperm continue to be produced, but the genetic integrity of what you pass on doesn't remain static. Understanding those shifts helps you decide how to plan, screen, and protect fertility.
A 2025 Nature report tracked sperm from healthy men in their 20s through their 70s and mapped how mutations accumulate over time. It wasn't just wear and tear. Certain mutations gained a competitive edge inside the testes, so the cells carrying them multiplied and contributed a larger share of sperm as years passed.
Researchers identified dozens of genes where these selfish changes tend to cluster, many linked to neurodevelopmental and childhood disorders, and some cancers. The measured risk rose with age. Disease-causing mutations were found in about 2% of sperm in men in their early 30s, climbing to roughly 3% to 5% from the early 40s onward, reaching around 4.5% by 70. Not every mutation leads to conception, but the trend is clear.
A companion analysis of over 54,000 families confirmed these mutations are transmitted to children, aligning sperm data with real-world inheritance patterns. Together, the findings show that natural selection can favor harmful variants inside the male germline as you age, subtly shaping what's passed to the next generation.
This built on earlier evidence. A 2022 review summarized steady declines in count, motility, and morphology with age, alongside rising de novo mutations in offspring as paternal years increase. Mechanistically, decades of divisions in spermatogonial stem cells introduce copying errors that accumulate. Epigenetic drift, changes in methylation and other regulators, also alters how genes switch on during early development.
Age isn't the only headwind. Analyses over 5 decades show sperm counts have more than halved worldwide. Endocrine disruptors from plastics and consumer products interfere with hormone signaling and reduce quality. Microplastics have been detected in human testes, associated with inflammation and oxidative stress that impair testosterone. Lifestyle factors matter too. Excess weight, ultra-processed diets, and high linoleic acid vegetable oils degrade motility and damage DNA. Sustained stress lowers concentration and morphology while raising fragmentation. Smoking and alcohol reduce semen volume, concentration, and motility. EMF exposure from phones and Wi-Fi correlates with higher DNA fragmentation and lower viability. Air pollution further disrupts hormone balance and morphology.
So what can you do if you plan to conceive later? First, maintain a healthy weight with consistent movement and whole food meals. Build most of your meals around healthy carbohydrates, about 200 to 250 grams per day for most adults, from ripe fruits and well-cooked vegetables. That supports energy without relying on ultra-processed choices.
Protein targets provide structure, about 0.8 grams per pound of your ideal body weight, with roughly 1/3 from collagen-rich sources such as bone broth or grass-fed ground beef. Replace vegetable oils rich in linoleic acid with butter, ghee, and coconut oil. If you like tracking, a tool such as FoodBuddy can help balance macronutrients.
Second, minimize exposure to endocrine-disrupting chemicals. Store food in glass, ceramic, or stainless steel, and stop heating meals in plastic. Choose organic produce when possible, ideally from a local farmer's market, and wash it thoroughly. Opt for unscented personal care and household products, and filter your tap water to lower contaminant load.
Third, reduce EMF exposure. Keep your phone and tablet off your body. Use wired headphones or speaker mode. Avoid storing devices in pockets. Set laptops on desks, not laps. Turn off Wi-Fi routers overnight. And keep electronics out of your bedroom to give yourself a nightly break from constant exposure.
Fourth, manage stress and support restorative sleep. Incorporate meditation, yoga, breathing exercises, or other enjoyable activities into your day. Step outside for brief resets, stretch regularly, and insert short breaks between tasks. In the evening, dim lights an hour before bed. Keep your room cool and dark, and maintain a consistent bedtime.
Fifth, consider targeted supplementation for sperm quality. Evidence supports CoQ10, L-carnitine, zinc, selenium, vitamin E, and omega-3 fats for enhancing motility, supporting mitochondrial function, and protecting DNA from oxidative damage. A diverse, nutrient-dense diet should do most of the work, but these can provide additional support.
Sixth, plan medical screening and preservation if needed. If you expect to delay fatherhood, start with a semen analysis to evaluate count, motility, and morphology. Repeat periodically to track changes. If timing will push into your late 30s or beyond, discuss sperm banking with a fertility specialist. Preserving samples now secures genetic material before age-related mutations and environmental exposures accumulate further.
You might ask when fertility meaningfully shifts. Sperm quality begins to change in your 30s, and by the early 40s, you can measure declines in count, motility, and DNA integrity. Conception is still very possible, but time to pregnancy may lengthen and genetic risks rise modestly. That risk isn't abstract. It reflects the accumulating mutations and epigenetic changes documented across multiple studies.
You may also wonder what, exactly, ages sperm. Every division of sperm-producing cells risks small copying errors that add up over decades. Some mutations confer a growth advantage within the testes, so they expand and appear in a higher fraction of sperm over time. This is why age and environmental stressors both matter. The baseline mutation load grows with years, and exposures layer additional damage on top.
If you're thinking about preservation, a practical threshold is before or during your late 30s, earlier if you have high exposure to toxins, major medical treatments on the horizon, or persistent semen quality concerns. Screening now informs whether banking makes sense for you.
Put this into action today. List the steps you can implement in the next week. Remove seed oils from your kitchen. Move food to glass containers. Keep your phone out of your pocket. Set your router on a nightly timer. Plan a consistent bedtime. Choose unscented products. And schedule a semen analysis if you're deferring fatherhood.
Your challenge: choose 3 actions from that list and start them for the next 30 days. If you intend to wait on fatherhood, add one more step. Book a semen analysis to establish a baseline so you can track progress. Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.